So you worry it's gonna be alright. 'Cause I'm the judge and jury, and we'll be up all night. You better check for pose. You better check for pose. You better check for
They are dead on that.
all the best things love can bring. All in the blind spot that we don't see. Wipe the dirt.
It was earlier tonight. I don't.
13, she went to 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together.
She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
You will hurt the ones that love you, and they will hurt you right back. Sing along, sing along. Our love is a heart attack. You better check the pulse.
Welcome back to What's the Obsession True Crime. In this video, we are going to be talking about the so-called stalking scandal. True crime content creator Lauren from the channel Hidden True Crime has made public claims that this woman, Christina, has been stalking her. And really, y'all, you and I both know that is just the tip of the iceberg, and that is old news at this point because so much has happened in the story, what I call the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show, since she first did her 9-hour live stream accusing Christina of stalking her. And it involves abuse of power. We're talking even law enforcement, fighting for control of power, what I believe to be pathological, very poor and frightening behavior, and even crimes. We're going to go over it all tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Can't wait to hear what you have to say about the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show. Let's get into it.
You freaky dog. I don't need to analyze. Every word that comes out is a lie. Make you look like you're so ice. You won't make it to the finish line. Nope. Talking about big cash, that's the minimum. I'm done with this trash. Talk to be critical. Show me your mental state before we get physical. Pour some water in your cup, let it drip, drip, drip. Now look straight into my eyes, then you sip, sip, sip. It's about time that you shine. Take off that lead so that we can have some fun. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big bed, come and play with me. Think it though. Got a whole lot of love from my dad. I see it when you walk my way. Nice big bed, come and play with me.
Oops. Okay. Whoa. All right. Welcome back to What's the Obsession True Crime for a Thursday night live stream. And thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for your patience. I'm so glad to see you guys tonight. Welcome. If you are new, or hey, if you're not new, please say hello. Let us know where you're joining us from, and join in the conversation. Definitely let us know what you think. All opinions are certainly welcome. We just ask that you are respectful to the victims, who in this case are, well, I guess that's up for debate, something we're going to be talking about tonight, and of course one another. We like to be able to discuss all opinions on this channel without being assholes about it, so let's do that tonight. So tonight we're going to be talking about what I call the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show, and oh boy, is it getting shitty showier every time we talk about this. Now, after the last live stream, when we discussed this matter, I was thinking, I don't know if I'm going to do another live stream. I created a 20-minute video after that live stream to kind of, compress and make more concise the message that I was trying to tell you, because we did get some information from a vetted, verified source inside of this whole drama, I guess is what I'm going to call it. And I think it is some very interesting information indeed. It had to do with true crime creator Annie Elise's appearance on Juicy Scoop. If you didn't watch it, we will link it up in the description for you, but definitely check it out, because as far as I can tell, the more I look into this is just a fact, and it all goes to show how weird and conniving and selfish and calculated this whole Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show is at its very core. So let me just say hello to you guys who are here, and then let's go with it. So TLM416, hello from cold, snowy Idaho, all the way across the country, Idaho. I am in cold, snowy upstate New York. It is currently, I just got home, I had to run some errands, 15 degrees outside. Real temperature, don't know what the wind chill temperature is, but it's very cold. So I think we probably have some pretty similar weather. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And hey, Ruth Ann 85, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Shay, my girl, hope you're feeling good. It's great to see you as well. Thomas McCarthy, always wonderful to see you also. And hey, Sarah Bowman, how's it going? Nice to see you as well. East Tennessee here. Not so fun fact, not too far from where Summer Wells disappeared. Oh gosh, I actually was just watching some of the material that the Interview Room did on that case, where he actually went to their home, and oh my gosh, the Interview Room really covered that very well if you're interested in that case. And hey, Greer's Garden, how are you doing? It's great to see you. Welcome, Honey Bun, my girl, and Angela. Hey, how's it going? Welcome. It's so nice to see you again. Blessings 12. I'm so glad you found us. I'm so glad that you're here. And let's see, I know we also have Cuff You and Peppa here, some of our wonderful moderators. Sherry was in and out, and thank you so much for the super chat, Sherry, another one of our wonderful moderators. Ruth Ann, I'm going to say hi again. I just want to make sure I don't miss anybody. And hey, if I do miss somebody, just say hello. We'll say hello back. Please do not take offense to it. It's certainly not on purpose. Hey, Crash, how's it going? Nice to see you again. Hey, Pretty Insane, how are you doing? Nice to see you as well. Okay, so I'm going to go back down to current time. So again, if I missed you, just say hello. We'll say hello back, okay? Hey, Clover, what's up? How are you doing? And Jessica, how's it going? Nice to see you. Also, Justice Jane 24, how are you doing? Hit the like, number 38. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, please do the YouTube thing. Hit the like, share the link if you can. And I'm just so glad that you guys are here. MB Gal, one of our OGs. It's so great to see you. It's cold in South Carolina, too. Cold and snowy Michigan. We've got some cold and snow across the United States. And I know there's some people here who are not from the United States. So guys, bring us some sunshine, please, would ya? Hey, and Cuff You has been a member for 8 months. One of our wonderful moderators. She also runs our What's the Obsession Discord. Everyone say hi to Cuff You. Love me some What's the Obsession, Kelly. Love you back. And thank you so much for everything you do and for being here. All right, guys. So we are going to be talking about, and this isn't something that just came out like yesterday or today. I haven't talked about it yet. And again, like I was saying, let me loop that back around. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this matter anymore. And I'm going to tell you why I did decide to talk about this particular matter. I was watching the most recent body cam footage that I believe, I'm not 100% sure on this. If I am wrong, you go ahead and correct me. I believe that Christina, the person who we were calling the alleged stalker, but at this point, she's not a stalker or anything. So just Christina Mack. I believe that she released this to the channel ExcitedUtterance, who I also do want to give some credit to. We are going to watch a little bit of one of her videos to start here in a moment. She's been covering this case fantastically. If you're not familiar with the channel yet, definitely go check her out. I'm sure you will love her. She's doing great covering this. I believe that Christina Mack released this directly to the channel ExcitedUtterance. It's a channel that Christina has found that she has entrusted with some of the material that was not released to this point. Maybe no one knew it existed. Certainly Lauren Matthias or Hidden True Crime did not release it. And so we're getting some information to get a more well-rounded picture, a global view, an accurate global view that way. Now, Hey, Calissa, how are you doing? So when I was watching that particular body cam footage, it occurred to me, and I mean, I really thought about it, and it really hit home to me that all of this that we're going to watch in this very, very poor, intoxicated, I may add. Nothing wrong with getting a little tipsy, but okay, let's just say it like it is. Behavior from Lauren Matthias and Grayson, who I personally don't hold as accountable. She's 24 years old. Lauren Matthias is 45. There is clearly a power and age discrepancy there. For those of you who don't know, I'm a behavioral therapist. I'm sure many of you have heard me say a number of times that the human brain does not reach maturity or begin, finish developing into its fullest form, which we could also call maturity, until a person's between 24 and 26 years of age. So seriously, Grayson still is working with an adolescent style, childlike, not fully developed brain. And I mean, that is a freaking scientific fact. Okay. So feel how you want about her, but that is true. Also, Grayson is working for Lauren and Hidden True Crime, this really big, really successful podcast, true crime channel. She just must have been, head over heels when she, landed this gig, right? There's definitely a power differential there, certainly an age differential, a maturity gap between Lauren, how she should be behaving, and how we would expect someone Grayson's age to behave. So I do just have to say that I personally, as I'm watching all of this, I have mixed feelings about Grayson's role in all of this. Sometimes I'm like, oh, you little devil. And sometimes I just feel bad for her. How do you guys feel about Grayson in all of this? Let's see. Maya Rodriguez Sorensen, 6904, says, and Maya, you're the attorney, correct? Says, Kelly, I agree with you about Grayson. I do find her so annoying, though, right? Oh, hey, child Taurus. Perfect for the theme. Yeah, Grayson is loving the drama. She sure is. Trial Taurus. Oh, my God. Can I make my damn point here? It occurred to me as I was watching this, guys, that this shit show that we're about to watch happened on the same day is the Bryan Kohberger sentencing, when he was spared the death penalty but was sentenced multiple times to life imprisonment for murdering Kelly Gonsalves, Madison Mogen, Ethan Chapin, and Xana Kernodle. Okay, so that was the same day when whoever was at that trial listened to the witness statements. I know many of you followed that case as well. You heard Olivia Gonsalves and other people who are related to or who are friends of the victims speak. It was heart-wrenching. For example, here is, oh my God, I'm going to tear up just looking at this picture. Madison Mogen's father, Maddie, was his only child. Maddie was also her mother's only child who they lost. All of them present in court that day. It's just disgusting for me to even think about. The same courtroom that Lauren Matthias and Grayson waltz into and act all obnoxious, in my opinion, asking Lindsay, to whom she had already served a cease and desist letter to because she didn't like what Lindsay was saying about her, if she could sit next to her, creating a drama before the sentencing even begins, creating a drama before the impact statements even begin. How dare she? And when I was realizing that all of this shit show material was going down on the same day as the Bryan Kohberger sentencing and the victim impact statements, I was nothing less than absolutely, I'm going to swear, if anyone needs earmuffs, put them on, fucking disgusted. And I'd like to know how you feel about that. So I wanted to talk about it. So before we get into the shit show, let's just give a little example of what Lauren Matthias and Grayson and everyone else in that courtroom would have been witnessing earlier in the day where we'll be watching the body cam and other footage from cell phones of the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal sloppy ass shit show.
Thank you, Your Honor. What happened that night changed everything. Because of him, 4 beautiful, genuine, compassionate people were taken from this world for no reason. He didn't just take their lives. He took the light they carried into every room. He took away how they made everyone feel safe, loved, and full of joy. He took away the ability for me to tell them that I love them and that I'm so proud of them. He took away who they were becoming and the futures they were going to have. He took away birthdays, graduations, celebrations, and all the memories that we were supposed to make. All of it is gone. And all the people who loved them are just left to carry that weight forever. He didn't just take them from the world. He took them from me, my friends, my people who felt like my home, the people I looked up to and adored more than anyone. He took away my ability to trust the world around me. What he did shattered me in places I didn't know could break. I was barely 19 when he...
You know what? What Dylan Morrison is saying here is not so dissimilar to things that Lauren Matthias said. You know, what Christina did to me, her stalking made me fear for my safety. It made me feel unsafe. It took away a part of myself. It made me feel insecure in ways that weren't threatened before. So it's just freaking unbelievable to me that Lauren and Grayson sat at this sentencing earlier that day and listened to these victim impact statements just to get into the shenanigans they got into later that day. So let's just compare. So again, I want to give credit here to ExcitedUtterance. Let me read what that says here. Now, well, we'll go back to it now. All right, let me read. On July 23rd, 2025, Lauren Matthias' alleged non-stalker's friends were attending court hearing in Boise, Idaho. Bryan Kohberger sentence hearing. One of the friends, Lindsay, was there for work. She had previously been served a cease and desist letter by Matthias. Several times throughout the day, the friends noticed Matthias and her assistant Grayson attempting to make contact with Lindsay. This resulted in 2 occasions where the friends intervened, once in the courtroom itself and once at the restaurant. The restaurant incident has been recounted by Lauren Matthias and her producer Grayson as frightening encounter. In fact, they called the cops. And as we're going to see, not only did they call the cops, they said they called the cops because they wanted an escort. They called the cops and they wanted Lindsay and her friends arrested. There is no doubt about it. So here's the first thing that we have on camera that happened at the table. Now, guys, keep in mind that this was while they were eating, after Bryan Kohberger sentencing, after they sat through all of those heart-wrenching, unbearable, like if you weren't bawling like a baby when you listen to these people, you don't have a heart, victim impact statements. I mean, guys, am I wrong? I just feel like maybe you'd be in a state of mind where you were so upset you weren't acting in your right capacity. I don't know. Am I thinking of this wrong? But I just feel, if anything, maybe I would be humbled, subdued, and would have an appreciation for what real suffering means and what actual harm to another person looks like. Not that it has to be homicide, but, you know, let's be real, people.
She was recording me, so I did what you did. I just like waved, and then she proved she was by just flipping me off as I waved. Like, I don't know why. Don't stare. Don't stare. I do. Remember what we decided. Please do not give them air.
About today?
What?
About today? You sent her a cease and desist. You had the cops talk to Christina about stuff that you shouldn't be waving at her. You shouldn't be coming, talking to her. You should be staying far away from her.
So the cops have nothing to do with what
I'm just saying, don't.
I was asking about a seat. I was asking about a seat. I walked away.
You said Lindsay. You said Lindsay. Lindsay. Is anyone sitting here? Don't talk to her.
Lindsay's in her 30s. She can talk to her. Lindsay's in her 30s.
Don't talk to her.
Lindsay,
I'm not talking to you.
Lindsay doesn't want to talk to her. She sent her a cease and desist letter. Why wouldn't Lindsay talk to her?
The cease and desist is I used Christina, and the police calling Christina. I didn't request that.
I can't hear
Someone,
Just stay away.
someone that
Just stay away. Just stop acting like nothing happened, that you haven't done anything. Leave
I
her alone.
haven't done anything, and I will stand by that
You sent her
forever.
a cease and desist?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with
We are her
this.
friends, and we will back her up till the
A
day
cease
she
and
dies.
desist is a legal business. It has nothing to do with you guys.
Things that you did.
What did I do?
You accused her of things you did.
What did I do?
You sent her cease and desist, and then
What
you
did I
approached
do?
her. You approached her after you
A
sent
cease
her
and
a cease
desist?
Why would you want to approach her after you sent her a cease and desist?
I asked if I could
I know,
sit.
they told her there
I was
wasn't.
at a
Okay,
press conference.
Well, then she kept asking. I know. What does that have to do with anything?
When there's not a lot of seats, you say,
There were lots of empty seats she could have sat at, but she chose to ask about sitting. She chose to specifically approach somebody by name that she sent a cease and desist to. It's just like,
great, guess what? You know what? I work with Lindsay, and she tried to get me sued. So guess what? I don't give a fuck.
Now, do keep in mind they are talking about getting a seat in the courtroom to witness Bryan Kohberger's sentencing for the homicides of Kelly, Madison, Ethan, and Xana, and to listen to those harrowing victim impact statements. This is what the topic at hand is about. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know you.
well, you know me. You don't know
No,
me.
I have your phone number because I wanted to get eyelash extensions, but we've never hung out.
No,
I don't know
I
you.
never said we
So
did.
could you please get away from our table because you're making me uncomfortable. I don't know you. I don't know why you guys approached us. We asked about a seat at a press conference. I don't approach you guys when we're all hanging out together.
We don't all hang out together.
You guys, I know. So you're approaching me while I'm trying to have dinner. I approached you at a press conference about a seat. Could you please? She's bothering us. Could you tell her to leave us alone? I don't know her. I've never communicated with her.
Sorry, Hoochie, I don't know why that's not up yet, but at least we got the map up.
So I just want to explain what happened. Here's Grayson. Here am I. I had been sitting here because this is where it is.
Now, clearly they're sloshed, okay? And clearly they are intentionally documenting this, in my opinion, baiting these interactions with this group of women to establish some kind of drama that could result in an official court order that I think clearly, guys, is it clear to everybody, or am I overstepping by saying that was clearly designed ultimately to silence a person or people who had very unfavorable, all the words I'm thinking of are just really too bad to say, information to share about Lauren Matthias. That's what's going on here, right? Am I cuckoo? That is what's going on here, right?
And now, after they had dinner, they're sitting across. We felt threatened. I told them we felt threatened. And now, here they all are, sitting
across at a different restaurant getting groceries. It's Lindsay, it's Lori, and they're looking. And I feel like we can't leave, and now we feel frightened. And one thing they said, we've been very drama-free all afternoon. We worked the same trial, and one thing they said as they approached our table is stop acting like nothing's wrong. We're just trying to be professional.
And again, I'm sorry, I don't mean to like beat a dead horse here, but I don't really think I am. I don't know how after you sit through Bryan Kohberger's sentencing hearing and listen to all of those impact statements, your sliding scale of anything in reality could characterize any fucking thing as drama. This truly blows my mind. This is absolutely, once again, unacceptable behavior.
Professional while we cover.
Girl, you are being nothing of professional. I don't see anything professional going on here. We are being nothing but professional. No, not professional at all.
Trials together. That's our waiter, and we asked him to get rid of them. And we now feel like we can't leave. And they're all sitting in there. I'm looking side-eye. I don't want to look over because they're like waiting for us, and so I'm not leaving.
I'm literally at dinner, enjoying a dinner, and they're coming up to me and making me feel unsafe when I'm not doing anything. And I'm telling them to leave me alone.
Once again, how could you fucking sit through Bryan Kohberger's sentencing hearing and listening to all those victim impact statements, knowing what happened to those 4 college students, and then actually squeeze out some tears and put on this performative bullshit, whatever they're doing here, saying that you feel victimized, you feel threatened, you feel unsafe because a couple of women of, average to small size came over to your table and spoke to you in conversational tone? Are you kidding me? This, I don't even know.
Like I'm not even like doing anything. It would be one thing if I was going up to them. But guess what? I stay away. All they do everywhere in public is film me.
No, I know. They film you everywhere. We just do our work.
So what? Because we didn't answer the filming, now they confront us? What's next? This is when people get murdered. We're in this.
For the love of God. This is when people get murdered. How could you even say that after what they just sat through? Like this, when this timing clicked for me, I don't know if I was a latecomer on this or what. It really blew my mind. Now, I just want you to notice, I'm sure we all heard it. Let's listen to it again. Let's be mad about it again. How Lauren does not waste an opportunity to jump in and set the script right.
We just do our work. We just do our work.
Shit. Sorry, guys.
I'm literally at dinner, enjoying a dinner, and they're coming up to me and making me feel unsafe when I'm not doing anything. And I'm telling them to leave me alone. Like I'm not even like doing anything. It would be one thing if I was going up to them. But guess what? I stay away. All they do everywhere in public is film me.
No, I know. They film you everywhere. We just do our work. We just do our work.
What? Because
yeah, I know. They film it. We just do our work. We just do our work. Poorly cued scripted line, but yeah. Oh, okay.
we didn't answer the filming, now they confront us. What's next? This is when people get murdered. We're in this. We see this. Where people get murdered. Like you don't respond.
Where are they?
They're literally across the street from us waiting on us to leave this restaurant. 3 of them left, and the only ones left are Lori, Janice, and Lindsay, which means the 3 of them are waiting to confront us.
So the 3 that have always confronted us.
They're all waiting.
He doesn't want to talk.
Right on cue. For the record, Your Honor. For the record, Your Honor. Yeah, the 3 that always confronted us. The 3 that have always confronted us. Yeah. I mean, This is just horrible behavior.
Waiting to confront us.
So the three that have always confronted us.
They're all waiting. What, like, what's next? Do they physically assault me? Because I don't respond to them?
She's gonna twist that shit out of me.
So this is a different perspective of when these two, average to small size women went over and started speaking to them in conversational tone.
Oh, she's telling Grayson to calm down. We should go so you can hear.
The epitome of drunken maturity. Here's what it might look like if we could hear it from across the street, audio dubbed. Again, we give great thanks to the channel ExcitedUtterance for creating this video. Thank you so much. Great channel. If you're not familiar with her, I'm sure you'll love her. Go check her out.
She was recording me, so I did what you did. I just like waved, and then she proved she was by just looking me off as I waved. Like, I don't know why. Don't stare. Don't stare. I do. Remember what we decided. Please do not give them air.
About today?
What?
About today? You sent her a cease and desist. You had the cops talk to Christina about stuff that you did. You shouldn't be waving at her. You shouldn't be coming, talking to her. You should be staying far away from her.
So the cops have nothing to do with what
I'm just saying, don't.
I was asking about a seat. I was asking about a seat. I walked away.
You said Lindsay. You said Lindsay. Lindsay. Is anyone sitting here? Don't talk to her.
Lindsay's in her 30s. She can talk to her. Lindsay's in her 30s.
Don't talk to her.
Lindsay,
I'm not talking to you.
Lindsay doesn't want to talk to her. She sent her a cease and desist letter. Why would Lindsay talk to her?
The cease and desist is I do Christina, and the police calling Christina. I didn't request that.
I can't hear
Someone,
you.
Just stay away.
someone that
Stay away. Just stop acting like nothing happened, that you haven't done anything. Leave
I
her alone.
haven't done anything, and I will stand by that
You didn't
forever.
send her a cease and desist?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with
We are her
this.
friends, and we will back her up till the
A
day
cease
she
and
dies.
desist is a legal business. It has nothing to do with you guys.
Things that you did.
What did I do?
You accused her of things you did.
What did I
You
do?
sent her cease and desist.
And then
What
you
did I
approached
do?
her. You approached her after you
A
sent
cease
her
and
a cease and
desist?
desist. Why would you want to approach her after you sent her a cease and desist?
I asked if I could
I know,
sit.
they told her there
I was
wasn't.
at a
Okay,
press
who cares?
conference.
Well, then she kept
You're at a press
asking.
conference.
I know.
You're at a press
What does that
conference.
have to do with anything?
When there's not a lot of seats, you say,
There
"Is
were
there a
lots of
seat?"
empty seats she could have sat at, but she chose to ask about sitting. She chose to specifically approach somebody by name that she sent a cease and desist to. It's just like,
Great. Guess what? You know what? I work with Lindsay, and she tried to get me sued. So guess what? I don't give a fuck.
I don't know you.
well, you know me. You don't know
No,
me. well.
I have
You
your
know
phone
me.
number because I wanted to get eyelash extensions, but we've never hung out.
So once again, after sitting through the Bryan Kohberger sentencing hearing and hearing all of those powerful victim impact statements, we digress to wah, wah, wah. I don't know you. Oh, wait, lie. I know you because I was going to get lash extensions.
I don't know you. So could you please get away from our table because you're making me uncomfortable. I don't know you. I don't know why you guys approached us. We asked about a seat at a press conference. I don't approach you guys when we're all hanging out together.
We don't all hang out together.
You guys, I know. So you're approaching me while I'm trying to have dinner. I approached you at a press conference about a seat. Could you please? She's bothering us. Could you tell her to leave us alone? I don't know her. I've never communicated with her.
All right, Uchi, I don't know why that's not up yet.
Thank you.
At least we got the mic up.
Here's a follow-up call between the Boise police and one of Matthias' alleged stalkers, but we're going to save that until later, actually. Let me just say really quickly, thank you so much, Sherry, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate you so much, girl. I hope you're having a good night. And Cuff You has been a member for 8 months. And Sarah Bowman, 3798, says, I appreciate you getting to the truth about this. I'm glad that you are here, getting to the truth. We're doing it all together, girl. I'm really glad you're here. Thanks for being here. Thomas McCarthy, we love Thomas McCarthy, says that he's happy to be here and also on Discord. Definitely go check out our Discord. It's awesome. Cuff You runs it. She's amazing. And Jessica, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. I appreciate you guys so super much. Okay, so let's just, and I'm just going to play this briefly, but, they talked, Lauren a number of times said to Grayson, don't give it air. Don't give it air. We don't want to give him air. We don't give him air. Don't give him air. Don't let their, don't fuel their bad behavior, so to speak. Right. So I just have to play a little clip of what Lauren and Grayson and the rest of them would have just been sitting through at the Bryan Kohberger sentencing hearing, this time hearing Olivia Gonzalez speaking.
And I'm the big sister of Kaylee Gonzalez, and I was blessed to love Madison Mogan as a sister too. I'm not here today to speak in grief. I'm here to speak in truth. Because the truth is, my sister Kaylee and her best friend Maddie were not yours to take. They were not yours to study, to stalk, or to silence. They were two pieces of a whole, the perfect yin and yang. They are everything that you could never be. Loved, accepted, vibrant, accomplished.
She says, Kelly and Maddie were not yours to study, stalk, or silence. Interesting, isn't it? I just think it's such an interesting and disgusting juxtaposition.
Brave and powerful. Because the truth about Kaylee and Maddie is they would have been kind to you. If you had approached them in their everyday lives, they would have given you directions, thanked you for the compliment, or awkwardly giggled to make your own words less uncomfortable for you. In a world that rejected you, they would have shown mercy. Because the truth is, I'm angry. Every day I'm angry. I'm left shouting at the inside of my own head everything I wish I could say to you. The truth about me is when I heard the news, I didn't cry. I listened for them. I promised them I would, that I would fight for them, that I would show up no matter what it cost me. I swore I'd never let them feel alone. Because you see, I've always been their heavyweight. I've always been the one to fight the battles they didn't feel ready to fight themselves. All it ever took was a call, and they knew I would handle it for them, no matter the time, no matter the cost. They could wave their white flag because they knew I would never back down, not for them, and not even death could change that. Somewhere along the line, I started to think about what I would say to them if I was given just one last chance. If I could gather enough heartbreak or love or sacrifice or whatever it took to get just one message across, what would I say? Throughout this entire process, I've written my feelings down at every moment, my wishes, my love, my denial, my anger. And as one final act of love, I'd planned to read these thoughts, even jarring and discombobulating and not even making sense. Because for me, that was true love. As bare and as naked as it could be, not laced in pretty words or dressed for the occasion, but written through bleary eyes at 2 a.m. with clenched fists, angry at this reality. My true final act of love was to continue on without them, for them.
And I do want to let you know I have a point of playing this particular excerpt of Olivia's victim impact statement in comparison to the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show, and we're just about there. Stay with me, and thank you for being here.
That dream to read aloud my love to them, to bring meaning through pain, was the latest blow in realizing you don't deserve it. And Kaylee and Maddie don't need it. Kaylee and Maddie have always known my love, and they would never ask me to prove it by further victimizing myself to a defendant who has shown no guilt, no remorse, no apprehension. They would say to me, "Why would you give the satisfaction of showing vulnerability now? You promised you would never back down." And for that clarity, I'm thankful. I won't stand here and give you what you want. I won't offer you tears. I won't offer you trembling. Disappointments like you thrive on pain, on fear, and on the illusion of power. And I won't feed your beast.
Oh, is that the end of it? Okay. So, I just thought that was so very interesting because we see, justifiably so, the kind of emotional state that Olivia is justifiably in that moment. It's due to the fact that she is the sister, or you says two sisters, who were slain at age 21 by this monster. And it is his sentencing hearing. And her emotion and her anger and her pointed words are appropriate. And let's just compare this really quickly here. Hold up. Don't throw tomatoes at me. Do not.
Being abused, that is attempting to escape something dangerous. I never wanted to do this live. But because of what Law and Crime did, I had to dismiss my civil stalking injunction because I am never, ever going to let my child's mental health be live streamed for entertainment.
So to me, this is very much like how Olivia Gonzalez was just saying, that she is going to be standing up for her sister and for Maddie, and she is not going to let this horrible person that is sitting there before her have the satisfaction. Like Lauren was saying when they were at the dinner table, don't give them any air, don't give them any playtime, don't give them anything to work with. She says this like time and time again, and this is where things get really psychologically sad and twisted and just in the way that I feel about this. Lauren and also John, it seems, want to be victims so desperately. They want so badly to be able to justifiably speak with that emotion, that raw emotion, especially John, right? So pissed off at Lori Hellis 5 years later because he didn't get to show his vulnerability to the world because she couldn't take it. They want so badly to be righteously and justifiably able to, stand in their platform and to have this strong and pointed expression of emotion and anger and accusation towards someone, that they've created this incredibly petty, transparent plot of fiction against these women who have literally done nothing wrong. And, when I hear Olivia Gonzalez saying what she said in her victim impact statement, then we hear Lauren Matthias at the restaurant after that victim impact statement and the sentencing hearing, I feel as though she is echoing a lot of the things that Olivia is saying on behalf of Maddie and Kaylee, but in defense of herself and Grayson. And, it almost, and, I'm going to be honest, it makes part of me actually pity Lauren Matthias, because you have to ask, what is going on inside of her? What has gone so wrong where she so desperately wants to be the victim at any and all costs? And although she is an intelligent person, is unable to appropriately decipher between the emotion, the expression, the pointed remarks that she just heard at this sentencing hearing of this person who murdered 4 young people, and the impact statements from their family members. And then what she wants to be a situation in which she is the victim, and therefore she is entitled to, behave and feel and act in that same manner. Does that make sense to you guys? I think it's really psychologically messed up, and I really very strongly believe that it is only appropriate for Lauren and Hidden True Crime and Grayson to take a little break off the interwebs and get themselves together, because they are falling apart at the seams more and more before our very eyes with every new piece of footage or information that we are able to view or that we learn. I don't know. I just don't know. So let me cue up here. Oh gosh. Okay. So after that incident, the restaurant happened that we just witnessed, where two medium to medium small size women came up to Lauren and Grayson's table and spoke to them in a conversational tone. Lauren and Grayson felt so threatened, were so in fear of their safety, afraid they were going to be murdered, that they said that they were calling a police escort, but this is what really happened. Say what? What? Is that frozen? That's bizarre. All right. Give me just 1 second. Quick intermission. I do not know why that. Welcome back to Watch the Obsession True Crime. In this video, we are going to be talking about the so-called stalking scandal. True crime content creator Lauren from the channel Hidden True Crime has made public claims that this woman, Christina, has been stalking her. And really, y'all, you and I both know that is just the tip of the iceberg, and that is old news at this point, because so much has happened in the story, what I call the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show, since she first did her 9-hour live stream accusing Christina of stalking her. And it involves abuse of power. We're talking even law enforcement, fighting for control of power, what I believe to be pathological, very poor and frightening behavior, and even crimes. We're going to go over it all tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Can't wait to hear what you have to say about the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show. Let's get into it.
You freaky dog.
Okay, you freaky dogs. All right, we're good here now. All right.
Hey.
Hey.
Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Hey.
Hey.
Hello, can you hear me? Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
No,
It's
I
a
can
little
hear
loud over at Bitter Creek.
Sure.
I apologize.
Yep.
Thank you for calling me back, officer. I don't know what dispatch told you, but I just feel, this is so I'm a reporter and a podcast host, so it's semi-micro public figure, whatever. I actually used to be a reporter here in Boise for a couple of years, a decade ago.
Oh,
but
nice.
yeah, you guys are great. Worked a lot with your case. And so I travel all over the country now for criminal trials, and there's been a group of people that follow me around. There's even they even made a TikTok account, just cyberbullying me, but whatever.
So I travel around the country to go to trials because it's my profession. And there's this group of people who follow me around, who she's going to call trial tourists, right? Who they're just following me around. Not that she's giving them credit for having interest in attending that trial for whatever reason they want to be there. But many of them are also there to a professional capacity. They're photographers, they are artists, they are producers. They are traveling to these trials just the same as Lauren Matthias is for whatever fucking reason they have to be here. Hers is no better than any of theirs. But, once again, you won't be surprised to hear this self-righteous, entitled, air about her that is just really I'm sure fills a room very quickly.
I'm a 45-year-old mother. I can, it happens.
I can do this everyone. Yes, right.
I could, right. And we ignore it. They show up at trials. We show up. They're it's not their career.
Right.
It's mine.
Sure.
So they're like,
outrightly, it's not their career. It's mine. Dude, who is this woman? She's a freaking joke. It's not their career. It's mine. Who is to say that what you are doing in your career or job exploits at these trials is any more important than Lindsay's or Janessa's or Christina's? I mean, it's just, I feel as though it's almost to state the obvious now, but people, they got to take a break, sister. You need to take a break. John, come get your wife and do the right thing. Stop enabling her. This is so out of control. I cannot believe that these grown-ass adults, two people who I believe to be intelligent professionals, are behaving like this for all the world to see. It's disgraceful.
Those sort of things.
Crap.
Walk out of Bitter Creek, just look left. I'm right here.
I'm in a pink sweatshirt walking
Pink
out.
sweatshirt. All right, see you in a second.
Okay, thank you.
Bitter Creek. Yes, pink sweatshirt. Hello.
Was I just talking to you? Thank you.
Yeah, not bad.
And honestly, I feel dumb. I feel dumb. I've never, I am even a true crime podcast. So I'm like, and my husband's a criminal psychologist. So I'm like, I don't want to call you guys when I don't want to be that person to
Dude, girlfriend, you are that person in a fucking bag of chips. I feel like dumb. I feel like a true crime podcast, and my husband, he's like a forensic psychologist, and I feel dumb. And yes, I'm mocking her, but it's not just to pick on the woman. I mean, this is absolute absurdity. And put this against the backdrop of she and Grayson having just attended Bryan Kohberger's sentencing hearing and sitting through over 2 hours of those victim impact statements. I mean, if this is not an example of a person who is unable to maintain perspective, I don't know what is.
call, help me. It'd be like, it's just getting kind of weird. It's just escalating. And the funny,
are they still here?
So we lost I don't know. So right when I called dispatch, that's when my producer and you know what, she's 24 and she's in tears. So I'm 45. I'm like, okay, I got to take care of her too. She's like,
does
this
she
is why
come
people
out
get rid. Yeah, we haven't paid. I don't want them thinking I'm dining and dashing.
Sure.
Our waiter's been super kind. So if you could wait for a minute, I'll go get her and pay.
Okay.
And then
we haven't paid. I don't want them to think I'm dining and dashing because I'm a law-abiding citizen who actually has a true crime podcast. And my husband, he's a forensic psychologist. And I don't want to be that person. I mean, this really is almost sad. I'm going to post a link to panel. If anybody would like to come up and react to this with me, you are more than welcome to. So there you go.
I'll be out so our waiter knows. And what was your name, officer?
Sergeant Jacobs.
Jacobson, thank you. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
I appreciate your time.
Not a problem.
I'll go get her. Yeah, she's.
Right. So this is the one thing I would say, and I don't know what's happened in Arizona or the other places that you've done things, but eventually somewhere you have to start putting the record down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which means, like, in the state of Idaho, there's no harassment code. And unless they're doing telephonically, then there's harassment code. There's also malicious harassment, but that has much more to do with racism and those sort of things. In reference to something like this, it would be somewhere in the realm of stalking. But in order to get to stalking, right now, it would just be a misdemeanor. It has to be a repeated thing that's harassing and concerning to you. Does that make sense? So tonight you can mark down one and say, hey, just write in your little book, on this date, contact Sergeant Jacobs, it's in dispatch. And tomorrow they do it again, hit us up, we come down, and arrest them for misdemeanor stalking.
Okay.
Because it's a consistent something that they're doing.
Did you pay? Yeah. So he knows we're not dining and dash. Is it officer? Sergeant, forgive me, Sergeant Jacobson. And he's telling us sort of what to do. And wait, I do have to document, like I have it on video in Arizona too, because she approached, I get so nervous around them, they just start recording, and they actually, the reason why they kicked him out is I had the video of me just walking in and them approaching me again. Okay. And I said, please leave me alone, and threatened, and she came up and, you know.
And to be honest with you, like, that might, like, when was the Arizona thing?
A month ago? It was 1 month ago. You know, it's all these like high profile cases. The Lori Vallow, Chad Daybell case there. Or not Chad Daybell, Chad Daybell's here. You know, and then we come up here and it's the same thing. We have to go back to Arizona. We have to go back to Arizona tomorrow. Because the Lori Vallow's being
following us states. Like, the thing
and you can say that these are public trials, but they're trial tourists. I do it for my work. I'm actually the breadwinner in my family with my.
I simply could not believe it when I heard her say, they're trial tourists. They're trial tourists. I do this for my work. I'm a professional. They're trial tourists. I'm actually the breadwinner in my family. I wonder how Dr. John feels about that. Wonder how he feels about that. But it was a little uncomfortable when she came home. Let me bring Cuffy up. Hey, girl, how are you doing?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, this is like so middle school. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the whole thing, and this cop, oh my God, bless his heart.
Oh, he is so patient. So patient.
He really is.
I mean, when he has every reason to be upset. I mean, he doesn't know, like Rachel here is saying, the misuse of police and courts is disgusting. You know, he doesn't know the extent to which she is abusing that system, but even to the degree that she is right here and right now. And I think it's probably very obvious to him. He has every reason to not be so patient and kind.
Right. And the thing is, what they're talking about is nothing. It's literally nothing. I mean, nobody is stalking them. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing. It's like you're standing here throwing words out of your face that mean nothing. You're not afraid. You're the mean girls. You're starting shit, not them.
Right. And, you know, and I think that's why, you know, it was just so shocking to me, and that I really just wanted to, you know, play this along with just some clips of the other things that happened in their world on this day. This being the date of the Bryan Kohberger sentencing hearing and those victim impact statements, to be expounding this nothingness with such conviction for so long, wasting the time of so many people who are our public resources for your own petty, selfish reasons. I mean, it really, you know, whatever was my opinion of Lauren Matthias' behavior before this, my opinion is now far worse.
Terrible.
My opinion.
And I was talking to a friend of mine, and you know, I said, what she needs to do, in my opinion, and you can tell me what you think. That's what I want you to. That's why I'm up here with you. So I think what she needs to do as a 45-year-old woman who has a channel on YouTube that was doing pretty damn well before she got stupid, needs to back up, be quiet, stop talking, stop doing stupid things and filing, you know, restraining orders and all that, and just take a step back. So everybody can kind of be like, okay, well, you know, maybe she's going to calm down some, and she might regain some of her footing, you know, but she can't stop herself.
Yeah. Well, I think from what I understand from, from the verified source that, told us about gave us the inside scoop on Annie Elise's discussion on Juicy Scoop, that apparently one of the things that she does not want the world to know that can be confirmed with receipts speaks in a way about one of the true victims in one of the biggest trials that she covered, with whom she is very close, in a way that none of her hidden gems ever would fucking believe in a million years. And it is pretty potent and pretty vile and would be potentially career
ending
catastrophe. Yeah, I was going to say ending. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a feeling I think I might know what you're talking about, or a little bit about it anyway. But I mean, I don't know. It's like I said, I wish I could I want to just call her and say, hey, Lauren, just shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Just shut up. It's like,
yeah. But she won't and she can't, because I think that I believe that she perceives I don't even know if she's considering taking that silence and space that she should, like you're well advising. But I think she probably is so fearful if that space is created that it will be filled in with, one of her former friends disclosing those receipts and letting the world know with verifiable receipts what a shitty person she is, and that everything she did build, makes sense with, Christina, your false empire. Everything she did build her false empire on was nothing but smoke and mirrors. And she fooled a whole lot of people who trusted her and John, dearly, and not just with, their time to watch them as entertainment, but I think people really did, watch this channel, and mostly because of John, almost is a way, it's like a self-therapy, going to get advice, hearing the advice that he had to give, to others, and, of course, relating our own self to situations others are in. I think that, for a lot of people, Hidden True Crime was more than just a true crime podcast. And I fully believe that Lauren and John well knew that, and they knew that that was the magic recipe that they had come up with that was selling those hotcakes and making them millions. And at some point, they just didn't care if they were being authentic or deceptive or what was what. They needed to find that, that magic recipe that was going to, sell the most views. And that's what they did. And that is my opinion of how Hidden True Crime has proceeded all along, now that we know all of this. But again, that's just my opinion. What do you think, honey bun?
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Who's up here? Hey.
So I don't know what's going on, but I can y'all are like little mice. I can't hear anybody hardly. So I'm going to go get my earbuds and then I'll jump back on.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Okay. Be back.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm just going to play another couple minutes of this because there's something astonishing to hear every moment or so.
I know.
Husband, I don't have a choice but to go to these.
They were filming me today, inside the courthouse and outside. She had a camera 3 feet from my face. I just ignored it.
Sorry, I don't have a choice to go to these. It's my career. I mean, it is the ultimate statement of entitlement. This woman just clearly believes that she's above everyone else, and she's saying it to this officer on body cam for all the world to hear. And I don't think she has any awareness about it. And that is that.
So some of this is First Amendment stuff.
Yeah, I don't either. Right. I'm sorry, I was looking at her face. I'm like,
again,
right.
I know you don't have the harassment code, you have a stalking code, which is, as it's telling you that it's.
Could I record this?
Sure, okay. I'm recording too.
Okay. Yeah.
It's repeated incidents.
Yeah, Rachel. She doesn't like to doubling down,
right? Where they're.
My server who's taking care of them got one of their names. Her name is Amber.
I love this waiter.
S-U-N-P-T-E-R. Apparently she works for CNN or something.
No, that's not
One of those ladies?
No,
Okay.
not
It's
one of
one of
them.
that group of 5 that were over there.
Oh, was she with them? She might have been with them, but that is not who has been following us, approaching us. Yeah, we're well named thing. But like, this was a witness too. Like, you saw him come to our table.
Yeah, there was a lady that came up and was just kind of, I don't know if it was really harassing, but or, just obviously being really uncomfortable. And,
Right, sure.
But still,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah, like I was telling them, there's no real harassment code, but there is a stalking code, but it's got to be repeated.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I'm not sure if it being happening in Arizona and then happening here would constitute an Idaho code or a continuance of that behavior in Idaho to cause us to be able to arrest or to send them to jail for it.
Unfortunately, this officer here is unknowingly, unwittingly help her develop her plan to silence whoever she wants, to control the outflow of information, what is being said, when it is being said, who it is going to be said by, all, being controlled with improper use of the legal and court systems. It's just despicable human behavior.
And she mentions at some point here where there's two other stalking situations prior to this one in different states. Okay, well, this cop can't do anything about that shit. You know what I'm saying? So when you watch this to the end and what he ends up doing at the end of it, I'm like, he is a saint. I'm sorry, he really is, because they are so dramatic and tell way too much of the story. And you know what they say when you tell too much of the story, you're lying. You know what I mean? So that's like me when I call in sick. I'm like, won't be in today, sick, no further information.
Right.
What
Exactly. Yeah. What do you think, honey bun girl?
I think that she just wanted somebody to get in trouble and make them look like they were crazy so that whatever they said wouldn't hold any water. Hush your mouth. Sorry, that was my puppy.
Oh, baby puppy.
I know. It said, so I just really think that all she wanted to do was to make Christina look crazy. And I'm sorry, honey, backfired, because you look like a fool.
In a big way, And, and just these little things that she never thought, I'm sure she never thought that the public, that we would see this body cam footage. I'm sure she never thought that people would, actually, give some thought to this and give some, take pause at her behavior and say, wait a minute, this is all happening the same day as a Bryan Kohberger freaking, sentencing hearing, though. When she had sat through 2 hours of those victim impact statements that broke the heart of anybody who watched them, she dares to leave that courtroom and behave in such a petty, callous, dishonest manner. It's just, it really is.
Thank you, law and crime.
Yeah.
For requesting to be a part of that court, room.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
But, in a way, I think law and crime just gave her, yet another person to blame, another patsy of sorts, because she was not going to be able to go through with that hearing, because in the previous hearing on September 22nd, the judge made it very clear that she was not going to be using a stalking injunction to impede on somebody's First Amendment rights. Things were not going to go her way. Her dense ass lawyer, and herself clearly were not getting the point. But I think probably, I would have to imagine enough sensible-minded people weighed in where they knew that things were not going to go their way. So once again, she needed to find another person to blame, because
yes,
things
you're
were
exactly
going their
right.
way. I mean, it's the ultimate temper tantrum.
Oh, and I'm sorry, but Grayson, I got no sympathy for her, because she is right there with her. I mean, and I do understand the mind and the development of the brain, and I get that, but I still feel like at 24 years old, she should get this a little bit better than that. I mean, she talks like a baby. She acts like a baby. She cries like a baby. And I would punch her in her face if she talked to me like that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Now, my ask a question. I still don't understand why Lauren picked Christina to get the restraining order against when it seems pretty clear that she has the same beef with at least 4 other women. Why Christina? Anyone have any theories?
You think she thought she was the weak link, like the one that wouldn't do nothing about it?
I believe that she got the closest with Christina, although she doesn't want to make it look that way now. I believe she was the closest with Christina. And, in one of Christina's videos, that Lauren made a really big deal about, Christina, there's a narration that calls that is, Christine's reflection is in the mirror, in the some kind of mirror that calls her the keeper of the receipts that could burn your false kingdom to the ground. And I do believe it is just that. I really do take Christina's TikToks for face value. I think through some of them, there were certainly some subjective things that she presented. She was working through her feelings of this friendship that I think she certainly valued that had gone horribly wrong. And then this person really turning psycho on her. I'm sure it was slightly traumatizing, at the very least jarring, at the very, very least. It was a situation that was weird enough that Christina is allowed to take pause and work through those feelings because it just ain't normal, and I do take what she had to say in her TikTok videos more or less at face value. And when, there's that narration that she is, the keeper of the receipts that will burn the false kingdom to the ground, I do believe she is that person.
Yeah, definitely. And like you call it, it is a shit show. I mean, all this stuff was never supposed to come out into the public, and Lauren is trying to silence it, and it's just not working.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and this is a good, Calissa Cat says, Christina may have been her biggest threat because she was so jealous of her beauty and her family and her career, and she seems happy. And in Christina's introduction TikTok video to the world, she says, she introduced herself, I'm Christina Mack, I'm an artist. I think she says she's 34, 5 years old or something like that. And then she makes a point of stating Lauren's age. And she says, haha, I'm doing that intentionally only because I know that the age difference bothers her. And I definitely, after everything we've seen, I can only surmise that there was some significant jealousy there. I mean, look at everything that Lauren so sadly
Christina's
did
beautiful
to her face to try to look more beautiful, more attractive, younger, more vibrant, more like the, face that she thought that people would want to see when they tuned into the news or a true crime podcast. I mean, she was obviously super wrong about that. I mean, dysmorphia all over the place, but Christina probably does symbolize, I think you're right, Calissa, all of those things that she is clearly longing to be. And I don't think that is a jump for us to say that. I mean, her own actions and the results of them show that to the world rather clearly.
Yeah,
in my opinion. Okay,
go ahead.
On
the 9-hour thing. I can't remember. Somebody said something about her Botox or something like that. I want to say it's Lori Hellis. I swear to God, I do. But anyway,
yeah, she did. Yeah.
And she said there's not one drop of Botox in this entire body. And I'm sitting there going, you are crazy if you think that we can't tell that your eyebrows are in your hairline, okay?
Oh my God. I know. My son was actually watching that with me when that happened, and we just looked at each other and started absolutely busting up. He's like, did that really just happen? Oh my God. Because he's seen me watching him true crime before. He's like, Mom, what is wrong with that woman? Oh my God.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to keep playing this a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Thank you. What was your name?
Matthew.
Matthew, that's your last name?
Hamilton, yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I apologize.
You're good.
My concern is just that, I'm not responding, and then they're escalating. We see this day in and day out. What happens next?
So he's telling us what to do. So let's listen
so
for a second.
I would say, no matter where you go, if you ever, especially if you come back here or if you're going to Arizona, whenever they're doing something that's going to be concerning to you, harassing you, making you uncomfortable, being violent, assaulting, threats, those sort of things, call every single time. Especially if it's in the same jurisdiction. because then you can kind of document the fact in this jurisdiction this person has done this many times to fall under a certain code, right? Because you guys know true crime, it's got to fall within that code.
Yeah.
We have to prove everything that's happening there. So I would call every time they're doing this. Now there is a difference between harassment and kind of their free speech stuff, right? So they can follow you to a trial and hold a camera 3 feet from your face, and there's really not a whole lot that we can do about it. It happens to me all the time. People follow us around doing that sort of stuff, and there's nothing really we can do about it because it kind of falls under that First Amendment section. However, if they're coming to your table, right, that's a different story, right? You're not at work, you're not doing your thing, like they're coming to you personally, that's different. If they're coming to your place of work, like say wherever you do your podcast or whatever news station you work for, and they're doing it there, that's a different story, right? So for here, say you worked at Channel 7 or whatever here, and they kept coming to your place there. And
Channel 6, I worked at Channel 6.
Okay, Channel 6, but I'd be in Napa, so I can't be out of Channel 7. And then they were coming here, then I would definitely have the stalking code, right? Because they're following you around.
Wait, let's just watch again. Channel 6, I worked at Channel 6.
Whatever news station you work for, and they're doing it there. That's a different story, right? So for here, say you worked at Channel 7 or whatever here, and they kept coming to your place there. And
Channel 6, I worked at Channel 6.
Okay, Channel 6.
Ew.
No.
Ew. Channel 6, I worked at Channel 6. We don't have to talk about it, but just ew.
But I'd be in Napa, so I can't be out of Channel 7. And then they were coming here, then I would definitely have the stalking code, right? Because they're following you around, continually causing harassment
And we do have two of those. They're in different jurisdictions, so we do have her approaching me in Arizona, and we have her approaching us here.
Right.
But yeah.
And if you want, I can look and see if that one in Arizona would work for a continuance of them harassing you and causing misdemeanor stalking in Idaho. You can definitely check that out if that's something you're interested in, or if you just want to go home and have the fact that you documented on the phone and that you've talked with me tonight, we can do that too, whichever you guys would like.
Yeah. Do you want him to check and see if there's a way that like the jurisdictions? Okay,
I don't. What are we? Like they're escalating.
Sure. Yeah.
I just love how he so patiently says all that to her. She goes, yeah. Seriously, she's like so goddamn rude.
But that's like saying when a doctor goes, when you're talking to a doctor and they go, okay, yeah, okay. That's basically what she's doing to this cop. So
Yeah. I'm a true crime podcaster. I know a lot better than you, obviously.
Right.
Oh, for the love of God.
Do we know their names at
Yep.
all? You have their names. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, we have their own.
Yeah, let me check that out. Let's see. I'll have you guys.
Oh crap, I keep doing that. I'm sorry. I just do want to point out this comment. In all seriousness, I'm not even going to try to be funny about this because I agree with you, Calissa. Says, I do worry for Grayson. Her appearance has changed drastically over a few months. She now has yellow-gray pallor and her skin, and her eyes are darting around in paranoia and always bloodshot. Lauren Matthias and John are not healthy. No, not healthy people to be around. And she does live with them. She's separated from her family. I mean, I do believe in retrospect, I hope for Grayson, she is going to get out of the situation. She is going to look back and she is going to not look at this as being this wonderful time that she thought she was going to have when she got what she believed to be this amazing opportunity. I do worry about her as well. I do.
The only thing I worry about, I'm kind of like on the same page Honey Bun is, I think. She makes me sick. I mean, she didn't at first, but now she's like all into it. And it's like so fun. And, she get all this attention from Lauren and all this other stuff, and it's just the looks on her face and the attitude and things like that just really bother me now. But
Lauren gets her up at 2 a.m. to film.
Yeah. And my hope is, here's my overall hope, is that Grayson will run. She will just run because this is going to ruin her career if she doesn't. And she's very young. I mean, you know what I'm saying? If she stays,
this is going to ruin her career. And I think this could do her, let me read Alpha's comment. Alpha says, I believe Grayson years right now will cause her lasting trauma. 20s are such an important time build the rest of your life. And yes, they are formative years as far as, that last piece of brain maturity and development as you are becoming an adult. And those fundamental foundational relationships that you create are going to leave an indelible impression on you as you enter into adulthood. And this is clearly not a healthy situation by any means, it seems like, in any way, for Grayson. And, I do think that in a way, Grayson is a chosen one for Lauren, because she is a good sidekick to Lauren in the sense that she is a yes ma'am. She, is very malleable. She admires and, she looks up to, I think in a way she idolizes Lauren, and there is that power differential. She's living with John and Lauren. Lauren and Hidden True Crime are paying her salary. They are feeding her. They're providing her room and shelter and possibly some funky looking clothes. This really is, if we were to describe that situation in a different context, it would be like, I don't know, it's something bad to the tune of, brainwashing. I can't, the words I want to say might be going too far, but it would be something bad. It would describe something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't know. I just have mixed feelings about Grayson. Like I said, in the beginning, I felt really bad for her and thought, okay, I do still think she's being manipulated for sure. I do. But at some point, I had 2 kids when I was 23. You know what I'm saying? She can't be that immature. Come on. She's a producer. So she's intelligent. So I don't know. It's just a difference of opinion. I feel sorry for her. I don't really now. I hope she's smart enough to just get out of it, like right now. Walk away as soon as you can.
Yeah, but I don't think it's and again, it's just a conversation, but like Cece plays here, and who are you doing? Says coercive control. And I absolutely, there are clearly identifiable, in my opinion, identifiable elements of coercive control in the relationship. And I'm not saying that
for sure, yeah.
Grayson is, behaving in a good way that we should all model after. But, when people are, trapped in a coercive control relationship, if somebody is, say it's a man and a woman, the guy is, exercising coercive control over a woman. He is, providing her all of her money. She doesn't have any of her own money without him. He is putting a roof over her head. He is buying her clothes. He is feeding her. He is providing her, a livelihood, a reason to exist, and strips away everything else that's meaningful in her life. We would call that an abusive relationship, and I think a lot of time, it's my opinion at least, that women in an abusive relationship are not always, they don't always have as much freedom to walk away as one looking in on the outside may think, because they are being coercively controlled, and it's psychological manipulation. It's like a lot, I keep wanting to use words that might be too strong, but
I know it's hard. I know. It is hard. I am too. And I'm like, it's like same with Shanann. Like, I want to say things like I cannot really say, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of that same thing that I feel anyway. But like I said, bottom line is it just needs to stop. It just really does. And I don't know. Honestly, God, I'm getting to the point where I'm like, can we just grow up? You know what I mean? It's just like, and even her husband, he's as much of a child as she is, in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Mm-hmm. No doubt about that. Okay, I'm going to keep playing a little more of this Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show.
Unfortunately, this filming, we just got to get something substantial. But luckily that worked, and they approached, and it was unprovoked.
Now let's also pull up the handy dandy Google button.
What's up, man?
Hey, buddy, I got a question. Actually, to be honest with you, it might go all the way up to...
Go up to where?
It might go up to the on-call prosecutor. But for misdemeanor stalking, can we consider something that happened in another state as part of the course of conduct for the repeated part? So, for instance, I have reporters here who are here for the Kohberger case, the sentencing, and they have a group of people who are following them around from their trial case reporters, and there's a group of people who are following them around from state to state. They were in Arizona. When was that?
Okay, I'm sorry. He just stated right there. There are people that are here for the Kohberger sentencing. They're having this problem. They're having these other trial reporters that are following them around for state to state. If you are there to cover the Kohberger sentencing and with that seriousness and intensity, it should be covered with the utmost respect, professionalism, and sincerity. And if your problem is other people that happen to be in the same space as you where they're perfectly allowed to be, but you think that they're following you around, you should not have the privilege of even covering that sentencing hearing, in my opinion. And this is my super big problem with this. This is why I think, it is certainly my opinion that she needs to get off the air and take a break. But, I think it should, for up to me, it would be demanded. Like, it's just not okay. Is this how we as people who are in, the true crime community to some degree, right, want these very serious crimes and matters of justice to be covered? Not me, baby. Nope, not putting my hand up for that.
Me either.
No. Can I get
really, I guess, I don't know. And I mean, it kind of bothered me, that a lot of those people that we saw in the restaurant had come from the Kohberger thing. And honestly, yes, it bothered me that they did, but a lot of those people were like drinking and having fun. That whole dynamic bothers me. I mean, I would be like, I just want to go to my hotel and get into bed and, you know what I mean? Just maybe have a drink in the room or something like that. I wouldn't be wanting to go out and cause all this drama. Like, basically, I'm backing up what you're saying 100%.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a bad look. I mean, it just reeks with complete absence of professionalism for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It was in Arizona, Phoenix. A month ago.
They were in Arizona a month ago.
Maricopa County.
In Maricopa County doing a case, and these people know them and harass them there, and they were...
bailiffs acknowledged it.
The bailiffs, it got to the point where the bailiffs had to kick them out of the courtroom because they were bothering these ladies so much. Well, those same people are here in town, and tonight they found them at a restaurant and approached them and were harassing them, doing a bunch of stuff, to the point where even the waiters were like, yeah, we're going to get them out of the restaurant and you guys are going to stay here. And they called us because they were worried something might happen. So my question is if it happened in another state, can we put that as a continuance, like, for the misdemeanor stalking?
Dude, I don't know.
That's kind of what I was
wondering
too.
I don't see why not, but I don't know.
Right, I don't know.
I would call the on-call prosecutor.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of what I thought you were going to say.
Sorry, buddy. I just don't know. I mean, I don't see why not, but did they file a police report in Arizona?
No, they have not filed. This is the first time that they've filed a police report, because last time they were at court and the bailiff kicked these people out. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, dude. That's a new one. I don't know. That's the best for the prosecutor.
Okay. I'll see if I got the on-call. If I don't have the on-call, I'll give you a call back and get that number, okay?
All right, cool.
All right, thanks, buddy. Bye.
Bye.
But it was about Henderson. But those are both about.
Well.
There wasn't another reporter with them, was there? Yeah, I think that was wrong. But we know who was there.
I'm looking at the code right now.
Please leave your message for...
So I just want to read Calissa's comment. She says, I'm amazed that they actually called on a prosecutor with this crap. Can't the cop tell she is wasted? You know, and I have the same reaction. I'm pretty shocked by it as well. And Anaphylaxis, who's a retired law enforcement, says, yeah, he should have been able to see that. And I totally agree with you guys. As I'm thinking it through, the only thing I can think of, you know, to explain why he actually went so far as to take that stuff is that they were pretty freaking persistent about it. Like, they weren't going to go anywhere until, you know, he found out how far they could take this. They clearly wanted those women to be arrested because they approached them in a restaurant in a non-physically confrontational way and a conversational tone. And they just simply would not let it go.
I'm Jacobs with Boise. Just have a question in reference to stalking and the repeated aspect of the code. Wondering if it would count if the first contact was in, say, Arizona, and the second contact was here.
Well, now I have to read this comment because here's yes. So Maya Rodriguez Sorensen, who is an attorney, says, I represent cops and civil rights. Oh, all these professionals here. I love it. Represent cops and civil rights lawsuits. If I represented cops in Boise, I'd be very happy that he called on a prosecutor and took this as seriously as possible. Believe me, right? Because a civil lawsuit can be filed against, would it be too far to say just about anyone, against just about anyone for just about anything, as long as it fell under some civil code, right? Yeah, that's a really good point. She goes on to say, because if cops don't take these reports seriously and then something happens, oh boy, it looks bad when they sue the city for the inaction of the cops. Amen to that. And thank you for that very good answer based on your professional expertise. I think, yeah, that's the other side of it. Maya says, I'm actually handling a case right now involving a restraining order. Thank God my clients got the restraining order for the victim and took all her reports. The jerk who was restrained still tried to kill her. Oh man, see, and that stuff does happen, as we know, and Grayson would probably tell you too. So yeah, he maybe he's doing it by the Boise book. I guess we don't know, but it's definitely something we think about as we're watching this.
Okay, so this is kind of what it says, just so you guys know. If a person engages in a course of conduct that seriously alarms, annoys, or harasses the victim, and is such as would cause a reasonable person substantially emotional distress, or engages in course of conduct such as would cause a reasonable person to be in fear of death or physical injury, or
See, this is the missing piece. He's reading the law, which relies upon the reasonable person standard, what he does not yet know, and he wouldn't really have any good reason to make this assumption just yet, I guess, is that he is not dealing with reasonable persons.
fear of the death or physical injury of a family or household member. No. So the part the part I'm worried about is the course of conduct means separate
course of what?
Course of conduct.
Mm-hmm.
So they after they do the main part, they do definitions. So in here it says, as used in this section, course of conduct means repeated acts of non-consensual contact involving the victim or a family or household member of the victims, provided, however, that constitutionally protected activities is not included within the meaning of this definition. So there's another part that we have to kind of worry about is, are they going to consider, well, I guarantee they would consider the photographing, the videoing, they would consider that as constitutionally protected.
Right.
So it just kind of depends, like, why did they get kicked out of the courtroom?
Well, they didn't get, sorry, yeah, they were said to stay away from me. I have the video. So she approached me twice. It was actually outside recording but it showed every time I see her, I record because it's like so stressful. So I was recording, I was walking into the courtroom and she followed me. She's like, I gotta talk to you. And I said, I don't want to talk to you. Like, let me leave. And then my camera went out. I have 2 videos.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. She's recording Janessa confronting her, but it's separated into 2 videos. Oh, he goes, did he just go, I think he just, yeah, he's on to that.
And as I turned it back on, I said, leave me alone. I'm feeling threatened. And she came at me. And as I was in the courtroom and came into the door and I was like, leave me alone. There's also no recording in the courthouse on this TikTok bullying campaign. They're filming her. They're filming me in the courthouse, putting my voice on TikTok, calling me a jackass. I'm like not doing anything. I'm just like, stay away. So I just said to the bailiffs, look, what I requested from the bailiffs was just to request her to stay away from me. I was like, could you just tell her to stay away from me?
Okay.
So they were like, wow. And when they saw my videos, they're like, absolutely, she's approaching you. That's what they saw. They're like, you're trying to stay away. She's approaching you.
Right.
So there is a group of them. There's a group of them and they all do their own thing. So today, that same woman was videotaping me. They're all together. Her name is Janice.
Okay.
So she's the one the bailiffs like, stay away from her. Her little group of people is Lori. And so then while she's filming me and flipping me off from the street, again, constitutionally protected, whatever, although it is harassment and it makes me nervous.
Sure.
Because I'm like, why are you here? Her friends, Sarah and Lori, approach our table. All of them are involved in this TikTok smear campaign with me as well. By the way, they all comment, it's like a group effort. It's very, it's a very united group of people. And so then they approached me. I have a cease and desist on another friend. She was there, but she stayed away because of the cease and desist. And so I have 2 videos. So I got another video of them approach me at the table and it was by accident. I didn't know. I was just filming Janice because she's filming me and flipping me off from the table. So I have my camera set up recording. They don't know. And then her friends come out and approach our table and I'm saying, leave me alone, get away. The waiter saw it, like, please leave. And I have both videos now of just that. And those are the times I've captured.
Right.
But yes, they continue to film.
They came up from behind us, which is why we didn't see they were there.
Right. Okay. And has that only happened to you, or is this the second time it's happened to you as well? Like, are they affecting you as well?
The first one was me, and the second one was us.
Has been both of you. Okay.
And then she continues, as you say, it's constantly, she continues to catch them filming her alone. And it's true because that's Janice's thing. It's how she intimidates. She films us wherever we go, but it is, yeah.
I'm in the courtroom today. I don't know if you've ever been in the commissioner room. They have 2 rows of chairs. And I'm standing in the front row. She's sitting in the second row, literally putting a camera in my face as I'm talking to somebody. And I just ignored it. And then as she was leaving the courthouse, I see her doing it again. And I actually took out my phone. But my concern is, I don't care if you film me. But when I don't respond to you filming me and then you come up to me at dinner, what's next? Like, this is where I'm fearful for my safety that I can't go to work.
Sure.
They said one thing that was actually kind of interesting because we make the decision to not engage. That's my husband's a criminal psychologist. I'm a journalist. Like, we don't want this.
Right.
We don't respond. We don't respond to the TikTok cyberbullying campaign. We don't respond to anything.
Sure.
And so she said one thing that was telling. She's like, don't keep pretending that nothing's wrong as she approached our table today. Like, almost like they're escalating, literally because I'm not doing anything.
Can you guys give me a little background of why they decided to pick you guys?
Yes. So Lindsay used to be my producer before Grayson was.
He's like, so what's so special about y'all anyway? Hey, PKCID, how are you doing? So let's hear what Lauren has to say about that.
Okay.
And Grayson and Lindsay also worked together at a previous true crime podcast. We fired Lindsay.
Yeah.
And her friends did contract work for us. Christina did graphic design for us. And this woman, Janice, is a woman who never did contract work for us, but I have considered her a bully. And
by the way, they didn't fire Lindsay. Lindsay was moving on because she was going to work for Ashley Banfield, a bigger and better gig. And that's when, Lauren and John and Hinge Your Crime had to respond with that self-righteous 3-page termination letter that was just a bunch of fluff and bullshit because she was moving on anyway. So the basis of this whole story is a lie.
I fired Lindsay and Christina. I shared that I felt she was a bully.
Okay.
So after I no longer am using them, they team up with Janice, say to her, Lauren's been calling you a bully. She thinks you're a bully.
Wait a minute. You are going around telling people that you fired these women that you didn't actually fire because they do some work that you contracted them for because you need their services and expertise for the success of your channel, yet you're telling people that you fired them. But Janice, the girl that does the eyelashes, is the bully? Say what?
And it's like this group thing, and so this group comes together. The other woman's there, no clue. I don't even know her. I met her in a Boise court. It's almost like groupthink. It's like a group of mean girls. So there are two, a past employee and a contract worker, graphic design, and a woman that's friends with them, and then this Janice, who they've let her know I called her a bully. So it's like they're all gearing up, and we've moved on. I've actually always been kind to Lindsay, the past employee, kind to Lori, kind to all of them actually. There's no
They even said you've always been kind to Lindsay.
Yeah, there's no history of my being cruel to them, but they decided to get this Janice girl and say Lauren thinks you're a bully. They're angry that Grayson replaced them, and I believe that they've possibly been told lies by this Lindsay. I wish I knew. On the TikTok smear campaign, they're like, we're going to tell you our stories about her and how bad she is, and
there's nothing.
None of it's true. My brother died 2 months ago of an accident, and they said I was going to rape my brother to have his baby. That's not true. Just very extreme stuff. They said
outlandish stuff.
They approached.
She really told the cop that. They said that I was going to rape my brother to have his baby. That's not true. That's not true. She just so casually throws it out there. This is beyond.
Me today. This was telling, though. I didn't know this. They approached me today. They were upset that I was looking for a seat in the press conference today for Kohberger. I was trying to find a seat. Is this seat taken? Is this seat taken? They're like, what are you doing? Leave. So I'm it had nothing to do with you guys. There were only 2 rows of seats. I'm looking for seats. And they did approach me at the table today and said, you sent Lindsay a cease and desist. Oh, so Lindsay got a cease and desist because of and so we're standing up for our friend, and you had the police call Christina again. It was like you.
This is gonna be my uncle.
Like this.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, I'm trying to cross.
Hey, Kendall, what's up? Hey, quick question. I have some reporters from out of town. They're going over the Kohberger case. They've had some, I guess, trial tourists is what you'd call them, some TikTok people who have been following them to different states on big cases. The last instance was about a month ago in Arizona. They had a big case down there. These subjects were, for lack of a better word, harassing and bullying them in a courtroom so bad that the bailiff was all like, hey, yeah, you guys don't get to talk to these people anymore. Didn't kick them out of the court, but wouldn't let them get close to the 2 subjects I have with me right now. They're here for the Kohberger case. Those same people came to the case today. Were holding cameras in their face in the courtroom, which is probably constitutionally protected. But then they're out having dinner tonight. Same subjects. Find them at dinner. Were they having dinner at the same place and just randomly found you, or?
I think maybe.
Yeah, it's
possible. It's the same place we know because we were on the balcony.
Right. Yeah, it's possible that they follow them, but that's unknown. But they find them at the same restaurant, start harassing them, yelling at them, flipping them off, coming up to their table, to the point where the waiters and waitresses let these 2 people stay until those people left and were long gone because they were worried about them. Those people left and then sat across the street. So, and we're watching them to see if they'd come out for about an hour until they finally called us. So my big question here is 2 things in reference to the misdemeanor stalking. And number 1, if something happened in a different state, would that, even if it was a month ago, would that constitute part of the course of conduct? Or would it have to all be here if we were doing it here? That's the number one question. And then the second question is, like, some of this is constitutionally protected because they're just taking video of these people in the court. But the yelling and screaming at them and making TikToks of them is probably not. So just kind of want to know if we can hold those two things up with ours, and what your thoughts are on that. Right. And that's the only thing that happened. The only thing that happened at the court today was the videotaping, right? Yeah. The only thing that happened at the court today is videotaping. I told them that
Well,
that
they
was...
yelled at her.
Well, I guess they yelled at... What
They yelled at her.
They yelled at you in the room?
Yeah, they yelled at me in the press conference. I was looking for a seat. They're like, leave her alone. You said her cease and desist, and I just walked away. Didn't say anything, walked away.
Oh, so
said that.
one of the people, one of my victims here, sent a cease and desist letter to, and so they yelled at her about defaming them. So they yelled at her in reference to that today, but then she just left. And then other than that, it was just a videotaping at the court. Right. Right. Right.
You text John.
Okay.
I never called back. He called me.
Okay. Okay. Right. So the issue of the courthouse be protected, but the course of conduct would work from Arizona if I could show that it wasn't constitutionally protected stuff going on at the courthouse down there. Okay. All right. That's what I need to know. Thank you very much. All right. Appreciate it. Thanks, Matt. Okay. Did you kind of get that?
What?
Did you kind of get what I was saying?
Kind of.
Okay.
She was going to drink.
That works. So, the conduct at the courthouse today is constitutionally protected, right? In reference to the videotaping, them yelling at you, and according to our on-call prosecutor, them yelling at you with the cease and desist thing is more of a civil issue. They would have to deal with the cease and desist letter and whether it involves them or not. However, whatever happened in Arizona and what happened tonight can be considered the course of conduct, right? So just because it happened in Arizona doesn't negate it from us working here in that course of conduct area.
Okay.
With that being said, I need to know a little bit more of what happened in the courtroom in Arizona, because if it's similar to the things that happened today, then that would be constitutionally protected. And so the only thing I would have then is tonight. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So tell me more about what happened in the court in Arizona.
Okay, perfect. Can you, I'm going to stop recording for a while to show him stuff, so can you, yeah. So for our records, thank you. So I'll pull up an album. So this is like, I just like, here's one example. I'm like, oh great, like here they come. So it starts with this. This is them. There's two separate videos because I was nervous and I stopped recording. Okay. So I just saw her and I was on the phone with my husband. I was like, oh, here's Janice again filming me. Like, I'm going to hang up and just record while I walk into the courthouse. So I'm walking to the courthouse. So I'm just holding my phone down. And that's her.
In the white.
In the white. So I'm walking in right there. And she's approaching me.
Are you recording me? Please don't.
So I just go, please don't, like, and it cut. So, but this is seconds later.
Please do not talk to me.
I feel threatened. Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened. Okay? I feel threatened by everything.
So she's approaching me. We never approach them.
Please stay away. I feel threatened.
So I just
Oops, I'm sorry, I was muted. So the cop asked, what happened in the Maricopa County, Arizona courts? That's what he asked. She's giving him a bullshit response. This is what really happened. Well, let's listen to here. We're just going to listen to John spew for a minute beforehand.
Dismissing you as not serious, as untrustworthy, right? They're dismissing you as frivolous, as silly, as being engaged in a catfight, as a dispute between mean girls because you're female. Because the stalker was.
Well, John, honey, your wife just said to this cop here that they were acting like mean girls, that it was groupthink, that they were being mean girls. I mean, because there really was nothing else to accuse them of that was of substance because nothing else happened. Mr. Spinner, spitter, whiner, crier, glasses thrower, babyface.
Isn't following you with a gun. It doesn't matter. People.
But John, it kind of does. It kind of does. If people are just being a little meanie weenie to Lauren, or if they're following her with a gun, it does kind of matter. That's kind of a material, really important difference. It does matter.
People can't handle the type of vulnerability and emotion that you expressed on that live for hours. What's the response? It's to call you histrionic. It's to call you a liar. It's to say you're faking. It's to say you're doing it for clicks. You're doing it for attention, right? That's because, and by the way, one of the people saying this because of this was on our show years ago. And I will say this, one of the worst moments I've ever had in 5 years, one of the moments that pissed me off to no end, unlike every other moment on any show I've ever been on, this person was on the show. And somebody, a viewer asked a question of me that was extremely emotional. And I was pondering the question. You can see I was getting emotional. I was going to give one of the best responses I've ever given. And you know what happened? Because this person couldn't handle the fact that I was getting emotional, they cut me off. They absolutely cut me off, refused to let me answer, because they couldn't handle that emotion in a male, especially in a male, that raw emotion that I was about to express. And I was so angry. If this person wonders why she's not on our channel, you might want to look at yourself. You might want to look at the fact that you cut me off in one of the most critical moments on one of our shows that I've ever had. You might want to look at the fact that people didn't like you.
That, of course, was Lauren Matthias and her husband, John Matthias's reaction after Lauren aired her 9-hour live stream of grievances that really didn't make the point that she set out to make in the first place. That's why it's the Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show. So, interestingly, exactly 6 months to the day before that, the true crime creator Annie Elise made an appearance on Juicy Scoop. Take a listen. Well, before we listen to what Annie Elise had to say on Juicy Scoop, it's important to recognize what was going on in April of 2025. Okay, so hold up, y'all. So this is the answer to the question that the cop asked. What happened in the courts in Maricopa County, Arizona, that is the basis for, this possible continuance of actions or whatever that could possibly, constitute some kind of a stalking situation. So Lauren gave a bullshit answer. This is the real answer. And this all connects to Annie Elise on Juicy Scoop, to Lindsay, the producer, and the really, really big lie that I believe is at the center of the whole thing. According to Lauren Matthias herself in her declaration, everything started to go down with her and the person that she was alleging was her stalker on April 9th, 2025. Literally 2 weeks before Annie's appearance on Juicy Scoop.
It started on April 9th, 2025, when my stalker confronted me in the courthouse in Maricopa County, Arizona, while I was reporting on the Lori Daybell trial. The stalker came up to me, cried, and let me know that she had heard what I had said about her, and that two former contract workers were releasing my text messages that I had with them during their time working with me.
Okay, so then Lauren Matthias also goes to talk about some interaction she had with Janice, also in April of 2025. In her mind, the shit is getting deep, and here she is talking about that.
So I was walking into court late, and I was on the phone with my husband, John, the only time I can catch up with him. As I walked up to the courthouse, I noticed that Janice was out there, standing there with no apparent reason to be standing there, and I thought, oh no, my heart sunk. What if she's waiting for me? And so for safety, which I had started to do, because she's good friends with my stalker. In fact, when I saw my stalker and she had confronted me in the courthouse, she'd actually been with Janice. They'd been together. And it made me nervous. So I said, John, I've got to go. Someone's here outside the courthouse and I'm scared and getting worried about everything. He knew everything going on. I'm going to just put my phone camera on just in case, because I just worried. And that is why my phone camera was on. It was just in case. And I was walking into the courthouse. That was my goal. The doors were right there. And unfortunately I got scared and I stopped and played the first video I have. Are you recording me? Please go. Please. So unfortunately, my nervousness ended. I want you to know too that Janice later wrote a declaration, and in her declaration, the court actually stated that I approached her. Please do not talk to me. Well, I'm going to talk to you about something. Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened. Okay, I feel threatened by the things you're saying about. So then let's stay away from each other. I think you're bully. Please stay away. I feel threatened. Oh, really, Lauren?
I have some juicy scoop for you. Actually.
Give it to me.
So a girl who used to work for me. Okay.
So the context is those two incidences in the Maricopa County court rooms. One was with Christina, one was with Janice, were just shortly before. I just said what the time frame was. I can't remember exactly. Very short time period. Just shortly before this interview on Juicy Scoop with Annie Elise from 10 to Life and Serialously.
The true crime circuit who went to these trials. I found out that she has been messaging with Lori, putting money on her books, pretending to be a Mormon herself, that she's like relating to her on all sorts of. I sent her to the first Lori trial, and I never knew any of this. And I just found this out maybe 2 weeks ago. I was so sick to my stomach, like I couldn't sleep. I was like, because she started messaging her while she was covering the first trial, and so I don't know if it was like she was fangirling over her or became so fixated she didn't realize like this is real life. She's not a celebrity, because you know how people are like obsessed with Chris Watson stuff too,
right?
But full on started like a pen pal relationship with her.
So wait, this girl was working for you like with research and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Just wait. I'm going to give this little explanation here. I'll clarify if you don't get it, but it makes perfect sense to me. So let's see if we can pin this all together.
And so how had you already let her go before you found this out?
She left. Yeah, she left and works with another, with a different news company.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it could be like a lesbian thing?
No. I think it's more of a fangirl type situation.
And just wanting to get close?
Yeah. And
just being the one that's like, I'm the closest to this woman and all.
But she's not sharing it with anybody. That's what's so bizarre. She never told me that they were in contact. And this started while she was still working for me.
So how do you message someone?
They have prison portals where it's almost like email.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
But not to your knowledge, has she gone to visit in person?
Not to my knowledge.
And then she gives her money for like the noodles or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And like created a whole fictitious backstory of her own upbringing. She's not Mormon. She said she like did all this research trying to relate.
Connect,
yeah. And just bizarre. So bizarre. And she was at this trial covering it too for the new company that she works for.
Crazy.
Which I'm like, do you have any integrity? Like,
no.
And yeah, it goes so beyond that too, because she has advocated to be an ally for the two kids, that she has talked with some of the the family members, Kay and Larry, and
the grandparents of the
grandparents. Yes. Yeah, sorry, I think I said survivors. Meanwhile, she's messaging Lori and befriending her. It's so sick. It makes me sick.
I just want you to take note that I linked a video from the channel Difficult Research with host Kresha, who is a family member of JJ Vallow, Charles Vallow, and Tylee Ryan, all who were victims of Lori in chat. I was surprised when I was watching her channel one time a few weeks ago to realize that she was presenting a theory about what she felt Annie Elise was really saying in this Juicy Scoop interview. And it was very similar in many ways to what I was theorizing, different in some ways too. But it was kind of on the same path. She had mentioned a source that she has in that video. Please go watch it again. It's linked in the description. In that video, she mentions a source that she has regarding, information about what it was that Annie Elise was saying. And I just want to note that the source that I am referring to is not the same source that Kresha has. I asked her about that. She said she really admires Kresha, but she has not ever spoken to her. So it is definitely not the same source. Now, I also want to say that I am not proposing that I have all of the answers here by any means. This is just one little piece of the puzzle that I happen to stumble across. Let me know what you think about it. And there's still a lot more to figure out if you choose to go down that road or dive down that rabbit hole. So I want to know what you guys think, and where does this twisted storyline go from here? So what you're going to be watching right now is an excerpt from a live stream that I did on Wednesday night, November 26th.
Okay, here's the scoop once I got it straight. We can all admit this is confusing. Follow, please. Follow us, please, into the rabbit hole.
Allegedly, according to this person who has been verified, who is a source, who is has a relationship with all parties involved. Nevertheless, we must say allegedly, right? The story that Annie Elise relayed on Juicy Scoop, and we're going to listen to it again, was told to Annie Elise by Lauren Matthias herself. And it is not because Lindsay or anybody else that worked for Lauren actually did reach out to Lori or put money on Lori's books, but it is because, and we're going to recognize a pattern right now, this all makes perfect sense to me. It is because Lauren knew, of course, that she had this idea to get in Lori Vallow Daybell's back pocket to get that exclusive interview with her. And her son Colby does come into the situation, but I'm not sure if I want to talk about that yet. But Lauren wanted to get ahead of something that might come out because she knew that she had this plan to get in Lori Vallow Daybell's back pocket to get an exclusive interview with her for her benefit, for Hidden True Crime, obviously, to, make the podcast more popular, to make more money, to be more successful. Me, I, as you guys are saying here in chat. And welcome, Justice Druzy. It's always great to see you. So Lindsay is one of the people that Lauren pitched that to. And is one of the people that Lauren knew firsthand about her bad behavior and her really fucked up idea to have somebody contact Lori Vallow under this auspice of, being a Mormon, of connecting with her however she could, all the ways that we know you connect with other people, having commonalities, asking her about things that might be important to her, near and dear to her heart, like, her supposed faith obviously is, and kind of the weird twist even that her faith took with Chad Daybell that, played a part in this horrible tragedy that happened to Tylee, Charles, and JJ. As she was parting ways with Lauren, I'm talking about Lindsay now, and she was going to go on to Ashley Banfield, and it was apparent to Lauren that they were parting ways. She didn't want that now loose cannon relationship, as she perceived it with Lindsay, to be a liability for her. Like, oh, fuck. Like, Lindsay was like part of my team. She thought she was a more exclusive part of her team than Lauren thought Lindsay was a more exclusive part of her team than she really was. As she is explaining, essentially, as she's telling us this story, like, oh, when she was doing work for this other podcast and that wasn't cool with us, she's about to read the termination letter, which sounds like it wasn't even necessary because Lindsay had already decided to move on to Ashley Banfield And not obviously, but in my mind, being the producer for Ashley Banfield's podcast would be a big enough gig you'd want to pay enough attention to that you also couldn't give, like partial time and energy with another large podcast channel like Hidden True Crime. I don't know if it would be humanly possible to do both, or if there wouldn't be a huge conflict of interest to do both. So it was already obvious that they were parting ways, but yet Lauren and John wrote her this extensive, stupid, ridiculous, really verbose and self-important, surprise, surprise, termination letter of sorts. She's going to read in a moment. And that was all an attempt to cover her ass. So apparently Lindsay knows at least part of this plan that Lori had to get the exclusive interview with Lori Daybell, which did include putting money on her books, which did include making up a fake story to make a connection with her, to build a relationship with her, to build trust with her, to then introduce Lauren into the picture. So she, for the benefit of herself and herself alone, certainly not for the benefit of victims or the public, would get that interview. And that's where Annie Elise's story comes from. And now as we listen to it again, I think that is all going to make perfect sense. And yes, the source said that I got it perfect that time. So that is the story.
I have some juicy scoop for you, actually.
Give it to me.
So a girl who used to work for me, okay, in the true crime circuit, who went to these trials, I found out that she has been messaging with Lori, putting money on her books, pretending to be a Mormon herself, that she's like relating to her on all sorts of levels. I sent her to the first Lori trial, and I never knew any of this. And I just found this out maybe 2 weeks ago. I was so sick to my stomach. Like I couldn't sleep. I was like, because she started messaging her while she was covering the first trial. And so I don't know if it was like she was fangirling over her or became so fixated she didn't realize like this is real life. She's not a celebrity, because you know how people are like obsessed with Chris Watson stuff too.
Right.
But full on started like a pen pal relationship with her.
So wait, this girl was working for you like with research and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
And so how had you already let her go before you found this out?
She left. Yeah, she left and works with another, with a different news company.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it could be like a lesbian thing?
No. I think it's more of a fangirl type situation.
And just wanting to get close?
Yeah. And
just being the one that's like, I'm the closest to this woman and all.
But she's not sharing it with anybody. That's what's so bizarre. She never told me that they were in contact. And this started while she was still working for me.
So how do you message someone?
They have prison portals where it's almost like email.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
But not to your knowledge, has she gone to visit in person?
Not to my knowledge.
And then she gives her money for like the noodles or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And like created a whole fictitious backstory of her own upbringing. She's not Mormon. She said she like did all this research trying to relate.
Connect,
yeah. And just bizarre. So bizarre. And she was at this trial covering it too for the new company that she works for.
Crazy.
Which I'm like, do you have any integrity? Like,
no.
And yeah, it goes so beyond that too, because she has advocated to be an ally for the two kids, that she has talked with some of the like the family members, Kay and Larry, and
the grandparents of the
grandparents.
Boy.
Yes. Yeah. Sorry. I think I said survivors. Yeah. Meanwhile, she's messaging Lori and befriending her. It's so sick. It makes me sick.
Sorry. Yeah, so that's a juicy scoop. Yeah, you got it now, Maya. During the last live stream, I just kind of labored through it. And I actually was a little twisted. I thought initially that this verified source said that Lindsay did actually reach out to Lori Daybell and do all those things. But no, it was just that Lauren had pitched it to her. So she became a liability, right? And Calissa asked, what's my take on, the Xanax? And I guess in the autobiography, LM mentioned it many times. Is it true that a side effect can be extreme paranoia? As far as Xanax is concerned, it would be more a very common side effect of withdrawal from Xanax, or if a person is chemically dependent on Xanax, because it does create, it generally does create a dependency as you're titrating down or stopping or whatever the case may be. Paranoia and anxiety almost always accompany that process in a very uncomfortable way. Yes, I'm just going to state that. Yep. Yep, exactly. Maya says, and clearly it caused Annie at least a lot of distress, and it was bull. Wow, I can't even believe this. I was pretty shocked by it too. That's why when I first heard this story, and we talked about it a couple times, I kept hearing it wrong because I simply could not believe that the whole thing was simply fabricated so Lauren could get ahead of that potentially getting out to the public and making her look like bad, right? Yeah. Yep. And the timing of it is truly uncanny. It's right after her friendship with Christina busted up. It's right after that so-called confrontation with Janice in the Arizona courthouse. It's when things started to explode with that friend group. And Lauren was very afraid that some of the correspondences that she was involved in, that she authored in their group chat, were going to be released. And my understanding is, and I don't know this for sure, I do not know this for sure. I have not seen it for myself. And the only way I know for sure is if I did and I was able to verify it, which I'm far from doing. Okay. But my understanding is some of those conversations would include Lauren speaking so reprehensibly about a victim in the complete sense of the word, perhaps a victim 3 or more times over, that Lauren and Hidden True Crime were very, very close with as it relates specifically to a case where there were several victims that was foundational for the creation of Hidden True Crime, that some of those receipts would include things said about this near and dear person to Lauren and Hidden True Crime's heart, who's a victim many times over, in using words that Hidden Gems would never in a million years have believed. And I'm just going to leave it at that because, again, at this point, I do not have verification of that, but it makes sense to me. And there are other things to indicate that that being reality is a very good possibility. I think that's about as much as I can say about that. Allegedly. Yeah. Right. Oh my God. I can't read any more about the medication starting with an X just because of, I don't want to overstep my bounds there. Yeah. Well, do you guys want to continue to watch the body cam footage from the Bryan Kohberger sentencing hearing date? Let me bring that back in. We'll continue to watch it a little bit.
I think you're a bully. Please stay away. Because I know that's what they're telling me. I can play them both for you again.
Oh, that's right.
Please do not talk like, I'm in the courthouse, and there's also a no recording. I know I can't. Please do not talk to me. I feel threatened. So she follows me all the way in. So unfortunately, I stopped and started. Let's stay away from each other. Then this is tonight. So this full video is 8 minutes because I started recording for the other girl, but like I cut this in order to send it 2 minutes of this video. So this is us just hanging out, and they approach, and unfortunately you don't get faces. It's Lori. Well, you get. So that's
just
the.
like waved, and then she proved she was, but just the opposite
Wait.
way. Like, I don't know why.
Find it. Let's see. That's you crying.
I'm gonna slide back because this is hot. This can be.
I might not have sent either of them the right video. I have it right here.
Don't stare. Don't stare. I do. Remember.
Oh, this is it. So we're just hanging out. I don't know that they're about to come. So there they are.
And then she proved she was.
Not her, but a woman behind her.
Like, I don't know why.
So at her table.
Don't stare. Don't stare. I do. Remember what we decided.
So we're just hanging out.
Do not give them air.
Do not give them air.
What?
Oh, here they are. No, so you can't see this woman talking.
Right.
That is actually someone covering Janice. And then her other two friends, this is a Lori named Julie. She hangs out with them, hasn't approached me yet. She's covering Janice, who I was filming. And then this is, so Lori approaches and says, today you, about the cease and desist, you approached her, like, so we're just, I'm telling Grayson, don't give them air, and then they show up. As they approach us.
I was asking about a seat. I walked away. And said, Lindsay. Is anyone sitting here? Go talk to her. She said it's just Christina, right? So cease and desist is how you proceed. And the reason why, Christina, I didn't request that. I can't hear someone that's saying I haven't done anything, and I will stand by that forever. Yeah, it has nothing to do with you guys. It has nothing to do with this. A cease and desist is a legal business, and it has nothing to do with you guys. What did I do? What did I do? A cease and desist? What did I do? A cease and desist? Why would you want to approach her after you said this? I asked if I could sit. I was asking those questions. Oh, yeah. We both never want to see people. There's lots of empty seats. She chose to specifically approach somebody by name that she said was interested, which is great. If she tries to fix it, so that's what I don't know you. Well, yeah, you know me. You don't know me. I have your phone number because I wanted to get eyelash extensions, but we've never hung out. I don't know you. So could you please get away from our table because you're making me uncomfortable. I don't know you. I don't know why you guys approached us. We asked about a seat at a press conference. I don't approach you guys when we're all hanging out together. You guys, I know, so you're approaching me while I'm trying to have dinner. I approached you at a press conference about a seat. Could you please, she's bothering us. Could you tell her to leave us alone? I don't know her. I've never communicated with her.
All right, moving on to why that's not up yet.
Thank you.
At least they got back up.
So it's the sort of this group. They actually have it. They call themselves the Seven Gatherers. Show them who they are. Show the Jackass video. Like, there's a full, like. You might want to record on your phone from me. Okay. To show them, like, this is them. So they have this TikTok. It's like they're escalating. Cyberbullying is one thing.
It's gone from like cyberbullying to like now it's getting. That's the girl who approached tonight at dinner.
So that's a picture of me at a trial.
This is the girl that approached?
No, this one right here.
Okay.
And this one, Lindsay was with her. And so when I walked out of the restaurant, I was the one who said, hey, they're there. Because I walked out to call somebody because I felt so unsafe. And Lindsay sat up from her table, and I was like, holy shit. And so I kind of like put my phone up, like, I'm on the phone, like, do not approach me.
Mm-hmm. But then show him. Got her number once at a trial to do eyelash extensions. The woman that is the face of most of the TikToks is in Europe right now, we think. But it's all of them. They're the ones commenting. They're the ones in pictures.
And then there was one more that was, here's the one where they filmed you. Did I just post
they
this for
filmed
real?
me in the
So
courtroom.
you're not allowed to film in the courthouse in Arizona.
During
and
this
they're
trial.
filming her.
So they keep doing that. Like, we do not approach them. We do not talk to them. Like, we have like completely avoided. Like, I just work. In fact, I just don't do anything. I don't have other people approach them because that's what they're clearly trying to do too, is like get their friends to approach me. I don't approach them. I tell her, what do I tell you all the time?
Don't engage.
I even said, don't give them air before you hear me recording them. Don't give them air. Leave them alone. Don't talk to them. And it's like they're looking for anything. Like, you asked for a chair in the press conference. I'm like, dude, oh my hell. Like, it's almost like they're looking for something to like say I'm like doing something. Like, I think it's almost driving them crazy that we don't do anything.
It is, because she said, stop acting like everything's fine.
Yeah, she actually said that on the video. Stop acting like everything's fine. And then you asked about this chair at the press conference. I'm like, fuck. Like, sorry. Like,
it'll be okay.
Like, I just, I say, don't give them air. Don't talk to them. My husband's the same thing. Like they're clearly having other people approach us. I'm like, just leave them alone. We don't do drama. This is their drama. This is their issue. And they just keep coming up to me.
So.
And yeah, so then it's like, I don't want to give them air, but then I'm like, but then I'm fucking afraid for our safety. Like, I've got my producer crying. Like,
I don't even know how to give like a restraining order. Stay away from me. Don't show up where I'm at. Leave me alone. You're making me feel physically scared for my life and my safety.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. There is a lot here, like a whole bunch, and I would not do it justice just by typing a report out. So what I'm going to have you do is, if you could take some time, I'm going to have you write it out. Okay, I'm going to write a report in reference to this so that you have the report number always. Do I know, and I will forward it to prosecutors. Do I know if we have PC at this point, just like probable cause for them to be arrested here? And I don't know. Because although you have substantial contacts with them, this particular contact was, I mean, I could see how it would be scary and nerve-wracking, but from another person's reasonable perspective, maybe it is, maybe it's not. Because they're just coming up in contact, hey, why did you talk to him? But with your course of conduct and all the things you guys have been through, which I'm only getting bits and pieces of it at this point, we may get there. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you guys write everything out, including their names, and if they have phone numbers, I'm going to have you put them on here, if you have those, so that I can contact them as well, because I can't just do one side, right? I'll write up everything you told me, and we'll put it down there, we'll send it to the prosecutor and see what the prosecutors have to say. Either way, this gives you a report number, so if they continue this course in Arizona, you can say, hey, Boise has a police report of what has already happened. You can look it up there, and if they continue this course, I don't know what the code is down in Arizona, but it's probably something similar, I would guess. You guys are willing to write that out for me?
Yes,
So it may take you some time. Well, I can't do what I was going to do tonight, so I can hang out, and if not, I can also give you my phone number so that you guys can just text me real quick and say, hey, it's done, I can come pick it up.
Okay. In other words, you're off. You're.
No, I was supposed to go deal with the complaint, but it's probably too late to call that guy right now.
Okay.
But if I get called, I'll stay here.
So you're, and if we don't finish,
but if I get called to something that's more emergent, like say there's an active shooter down the road, probably gonna have to go, then you guys can text me.
as someone that was once in the news, I get it.
Okay, all right. So sounds good. Let me give these to you, and I'll pull a report number right now.
Okay.
So that you guys know a report will at least be done, right?
I'm like, they're Yeah, anaphylaxis. It makes no sense that they're fearing for their safety because there was any kind of threat, none whatsoever. And like Calissa says, the worst thing that happened so far is Grayson's dinner was interrupted. She was just eating my dinner.
Yep, I sure do. Give me your witness statement real quick. I want to write the report number on it. It's very left-handed, so.
Oh, I also have an email to the woman that did the TikTok account. She kept approaching me, and I wrote her an email. She wrote me an email, and I said, "Are you going to come to my house next? I feel threatened. Please don't ever reach out to me again." And then she started the TikTok account. It's like they just
Right. When you're done with this, I'm going to give you a link.
Dude, she's like, I wrote her and I was like, what are you going to do? Come to my house next? I feel threatened. And then she started a TikTok account. Like, you just so clearly told that officer that you were trying to set her up to say something that could perhaps look like an actual threat to your physicality so somebody could take action. But, girl, she was too smart to take the bait, Lala.
Things. In reference to something like this, it'd be somewhere in the realm of stalking. But in order to get to stalking, right now, it'd just be misdemeanor. It has to be a repeated thing that's harassing and concerning to you. Does that make sense? So tonight you can mark down one and say, hey, just write in your little book, on this date, contact Sergeant Jacobs, it's in dispatch. And tomorrow they do it again. Hit us up, we come down, and arrest them for misdemeanor stalking.
Okay.
Because it's a consistent something that they're doing.
Did you pay? Yeah. So he knows we're not dining and dash. The officer? Sergeant, forgive me. Sergeant Jacobson. And he's telling us sort of what to do. And wait, I do have some document. Like, I have it on video in Arizona, too. Because she approached... I get so nervous around them. They just start recording. And they actually... The reason why they kicked them out is I had the video of me just walking in and them approaching me again. Yeah. And I said, please leave me alone. And threatened that she came up and, And
to be honest with you, that might... when was the Arizona thing?
A month ago? It was 1 month ago. It's all these high-profile cases. The Lori Ballard, Chad Daybell case.
What the hell? That ended, and I'm letting this play again. We don't need to watch that again. That's for sure. Yeah, High Ham Radio, totally. She thinks that the words "I feel threatened" is some kind of shield. Yeah, she and Grayson was clearly groomed to say that time and time again. Yeah. If Lauren is so pro law enforcement, why didn't she notice the sergeant stripes? That's a really great question, right? Because that was the basis for what was it? Oh, important cases detective. I can't remember what her title was. Bobby Joe Olson, to tell all of her worker bees at CrimeCon to make sure that Lauren and Grayson were protected because they're major proponents and supporters of law enforcement. How so? Because I was a reporter for Channel 6. Channel 6, not 7, 6. Channel 6. Oh, boy.
Oh, I know you're kidding. Yeah. I know. I mean, that was ridiculous. And yeah, the whole thing is freaking ridiculous. But what, just as I said in the very beginning, and why I even wanted to review all of this Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show shenanigans, is because I think I'm outraged that all this happened on the same day as the Bryan Kohberger sentencing hearing and the day that they sat through all those victim impact statements. I think that is just truly disgusting. I mean, how much more shallow can you get? Like, if you can't take the hint after you sat through that, I don't think you're ever going to get it, honey. You might be hopeless. You might be hopeless. You better tell your hubby John to get a day job and start to, make some money, because I'm not sure what your podcasting future looks like. And you yourself just might be hopeless. I don't know. Ruth Ann says Lauren lied about the whole credit card thing too. Is that what you're talking about? I don't want dine and dash. We're not dine and dashers. We respect the law. Huh. Oh boy. Oh boy, guys. All right, guys. So I'm going to wrap it up. We have been live for 2.5 hours and I've got to go to work in the morning, but I just want to check this out with y'all, see what you had to think about this, further Lauren Matthias stalker scandals show situation. And I don't know how much more I feel like I'm going to need to talk about this, but every time I think that something else happens that is so outrageous, I just want to rage. I don't know. I just don't know. Tomorrow night, I'm doing a live stream, definitely for Patreon YouTube members, regarding the Watt Seeker stuff that can't be talked about on regular YouTube. I'm sorry. I really feel a little bit weird doing that because I don't ever want to disclude people. I'm also going to try to do a normal live stream too. I'm not sure about that yet. I have some things going on. So definitely do stay tuned. And thank you guys so much for being here. It was great to see you and hear from you. Yeah, and all that. Yeah. Thanks for your input, Maya. I really appreciate it. Great question. Do we all know if Lauren's targets are going to follow through with some kind of charges on her? I do not know. They have grounds for civil suits against her. No doubt about that, right? I think we all agree on that, right? I would imagine if they were going to bring some civil action against her, that they would keep quiet about it, knowing how conniving and manipulative she is, and that she'll stop at nothing to be the victim. But it remains to be seen. I certainly would not blame them. Hey, Hot Ham Radio, thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate you. It's been great to see you around lately. See you tomorrow night, Sarah. Tomorrow night I have something scheduled on Patreon, and I might do a regular YouTube live stream too, but I'm not going to know that until late tomorrow afternoon because I might have some things going on that are going to prohibit me from doing both of them, but I'm going to try to. I'm going to put a poll out to see what you guys would like to talk about, and it's not going to be Lauren Matthias stalker scandal shit show because, oh, guys, I need a break. Mama needs a break. Oh my gosh. Oh, thanks, Cliss. I'm so glad that you're here. It's been nice seeing you in other chats too. Yeah, I have to admit, I've been, in other chats on this topic, probably when I shouldn't be, but I find it to be interesting for sure. So, all right, everybody have an awesome night. And remember, life is hard for all of us, but not as hard as it is for Grayson. But nevertheless, you should still do something awesome for yourself because you totally deserve it more than you know. And I can't wait to see you guys next time, hopefully tomorrow night.
Here all your worries. It's gonna be alright. 'Cause I'm the judge and jury, and we'll be up all night. You better check for pose. You better check for pose. You better check for
JR dead on that.
all the best things love can bring. All in the blind spot that we won't see. Wipe the dirt.
It was earlier tonight. I don't.
13, she had her 13th birthday party. She was happy that we were all together.
She wanted to walk the rest of the way.
You will hurt the ones that love you, and they will hurt you right back. Sing along, sing along. Our love is a heart attack. You better check the pulse. You better check for pulse.